right, these are the last few problems on the Term 1, Week 5, Day 4 assignment you can find on Friday for classwork. We're going to go over a few of these. For number 5, we don't have any fractions located on here, so we would just move our variable terms first. We always move the least variable term first, so we are going to move 2D. 2 is already positive, so the inverse of that would be a negative, so we're going to show subtraction. So we're going to subtract 2D. This cancels. 4 equals 10, and then 2.5 minus 2 is just 0.5D. And then we will move our constant. It's positive, so we're going to show subtraction. This cancels, and negative 6 equals 0.5D. Divide by the coefficient that's with the variable. This cancels, and negative 12 is D. For number 6, see, we have a fraction coefficient, but it doesn't change what we're doing in the problem. So it's 2/3 B plus 5 equals 20 minus, and anytime there's a variable alone, that's understood 1 as the coefficient, so negative 1B. Moving the least variable term first, we would move negative 1 by doing the inverse of positive 1, which is adding. Remember, what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. These cancel, 20 comes down. 2/3 B plus 1B is going to be, I'll just write an improper fraction, 5/3 B plus 5. Subtract 5 on both sides. 5/3 B equals 15. Divide both sides by 5/3. These cancel to 1, and B equals 9. Okay. For number 7, on the back here, 7. We have a fraction as a coefficient, and then we have negative 2. So 3/4 compared to negative 2. Negative 2 is going to be our least variable. So we're going to add 2s to both sides. That's an s. This cancels. 2 equals 3/4 plus 2 is going to be 11/4 s. Bring down your 13. Subtract 13. Those cancel. 2 minus 13 is negative 11. Bring down your 11/4 s. Divide by 11/4 because that's what the coefficient is. It's being multiplied by 11/4 here. This cancels to 1. And negative 4 equals s. Do not forget your sign. For number 8, we have 7b minus 2/5 equals 6b minus 7/5. The least variable term is going to be 6. It's positive, so do the opposite and subtract as a negative. Oops, it's a b. Make sure that those look like b's and not 6's. All right, this cancels. Bring down the negative with the fraction. It was a minus, now it's a negative because it's standing alone. 7 minus 6 is 1b. You don't have to write the 1, but you can. Bring down the negative 2/5. Add 2/5 to both sides to isolate the variable. 1b equals negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5/5, which is just negative 1. Divide by 1. B equals negative 1. Okay. Number 9. Okay, so we have 9/4 y minus 12 equals 1/4 y minus 4. our least variable term in this case would be 1/4, so it's positive. Let's subtract it. These cancel. Bring down that -4, now it's a -4. 9/4 minus 1/4 is 8/4, and 8/4 is just simplified to 2, so 2y minus 12. Variables on this side, so we're going to get rid of the constant. Instead of subtracting 12, we're going to add 12. These cancel, and 2y equals 8. Divide by 2, and y is 4. And for number 10, we have 8/3 c minus 2 equals 2/3 c minus 12. Here's our variable terms on each side of the equal sign. We're going to move 2/3 over to 8/3. It's positive, so subtract it. These cancel, bring down that whole thing, -12. 8/3 minus 2/3 is 6/3, and 6/3 is 2. So we're going to simplify it to 2 minus 2. And then from here, move our constant away from the variable, so add 2. 2c equals -10 divided by 2, and c equals -5. If at any point this was going too quickly for you, you can always pause the video, try to work it out yourself, and then go back and watch it to check yourself.